What's up, you freaking geniuses? So in this video, I'm going to teach you how to find the inverse of a rational function. All right, so let's start with this one right here. F of x is equal to 2 over x plus 3. So the first thing you want to do is just replace your f of x with a y. So we can write this as y is equal to 2 over x plus 3. And then the next thing we're going to do is flip the x and the y. So we're going to write this instead as x is equal to 2 over y plus 3. Okay, so now that we flipped them, now we need to solve for y. So the first thing we can do is get y out of the denominator, but we can't just do it by itself, right? Because we have this plus 3 attached to it. So we need to multiply both sides by y plus 3. Okay, so then on this side, they cancel out. Now up here, we're going to have, again, y plus 3 times x, and that's going to be equal to just 2. Okay, so again, we're still just trying to solve for y. So the next thing we can do is get rid of this x by dividing both sides by x. And I'm going to scroll down. So then on this side, the x's cancel out. So we're just left with y plus 3 is equal to 2 over x. And then we can finally get rid of this 3 by subtracting 3 on both sides. So we end up with y is equal to 2 over x minus 3. Okay, and if you want, you can write this final answer as the inverse function, like that, is equal to 2 over x minus 3. Right? Either one of these would work. All right, here's the next one. So we have f of x is equal to 5 over x minus 6. So again, we want to replace f of x just with y, right? And then we're going to flip the y and the x. So we're going to write this as x is equal to 5 over y minus 6. Now, to solve for y, let's first get rid of this minus 6 by adding 6 to both sides. So we're going to get x plus 6 is equal to 5 over y. Now again, we want to get y out of the denominator, so let's multiply both sides by y. Multiply this whole side by y. So then on this side, we get y times x plus 6 is equal to, on this side they cancel out, right? So just 5. Okay, so then lastly, we can get rid of this x plus 6 by dividing both sides by x plus 6. Okay, those cancel out. So we finally end up with y is equal to 5 over x plus 6. Or again, you can write this as the inverse function is equal to 5 over x plus 6. Boom. All right, next we have f of x is equal to 4 over 11 minus 2x. So again, let's turn this into y. And now let's flip y and x. So here we're going to have that x is equal to 4 over 11 minus 2y. Okay? So again, we don't like having the y in the denominator. So again, to undo that and put it up top, just multiply both sides by the denominator. So in this case, it's going to be 11 minus 2y, right? And same thing over here, 11 minus 2y. So then on this side, those cancel out. And on this left side, we have 11 minus 2y times x is equal to just 4. Now we can get rid of this x by dividing both sides by x. Those cancel out. So we're left with 11 minus 2y is equal to 4 over x. Okay. The next thing we can do is get rid of this 11 by subtracting both sides by 11. Those cancel out. So we get negative 2y is equal to 4x minus 11. And I'm going to write it up here now just to give us some more room. Negative 2y is equal to 4 over x minus 11. Okay, the next thing we can do is get rid of this negative 2. And instead of dividing by negative 2, let's just multiply by the reciprocal. So the reciprocal of 2 is 1/2, right? So let's multiply both sides by negative 1/2. And multiply this whole side by negative 1/2, right? So then on this side, the negative 1/2 and the negative 2 cancel out. So then we're just left with y. So y is equal to, and then negative 1/2 times 4x. Well, first of all, 4 times 1 is equal to 4. And that's, let's move it a little bit. And that's over the denominators. X times 2 is equal to 2x. And then a negative times a positive is a negative, right? And then negative 1/2 times negative 11 is equal to positive 11 over 2. Okay, and the last thing we can do here is we can reduce 4 over 2, right? So 4 over 2 is the same thing as 2 over 1, or simply just 2 on top. So we can finally write that the inverse function is equal to negative 2 over x plus 11 over 2. All right, there's your answer. All right, here's the last one. So we have f of x is equal to 1 over x cubed minus 7. Okay, so again, let's replace this f of x with a y, and now let's flip y and x. So here we're going to get that x is equal to 1 over y cubed minus 7. Now the first thing we can do is get rid of this minus 7 by adding it to both sides, right? So we get x plus 7 is equal to 1 over y cubed. Now again, let's get it out of the denominator by multiplying both sides by y cubed, like that. So then on this side, they cancel out. So over here, we're just left with y cubed times x plus 7 is equal to just 1, right? That's all we have left over here. Now here we can get rid of the x plus 7 by dividing both sides by x plus 7. Those cancel out. So then we're just left with y cubed is equal to 1 over x plus 7. Now the last thing we need to do is get rid of this 3, the exponent. And in order to do that, we can take the cube root of both sides, right? Or you could raise both sides to the 1/3 power, same thing. But here I'm just going to take the cube root of both sides, okay? So here on the left side, the cube root and the cubed exponent cancel out, so then we're just left with y. So we get y is equal to the cube root of 1 over x plus 7, right? So then, again, this would be the inverse function, is equal to the cube root of 1 over x plus 7. Boom.
So if you found the video helpful, definitely leave a thumbs up down below. And if you have any other questions or want to see any other examples, just let me know in the comment section below.